What do you celebrate on December 25th? Christmas. The birth of Jesus Christ. And yet, according to the Bible, Christ was born in March, so what are we doing celebrating in late December? Silence. Langdon smiled. December 25th, my friends, is the ancient pagan holiday of Sol Invictus, unconquered sun, coinciding with the winter solstice. It's that wonderful time of year when the sun returns, and the days start getting longer. Langdon took another bite of apple. Conquering religions, he continued, often adopt existing holidays to make conversion less shocking. It's called transmutation. It helps people acclimatize to the new faith. Worshippers keep the same holy dates, pray in the same sacred locations, use a similar symbology. And they simply substitute a different god. Now the girl in front looked furious. You're implying Christianity is just some kind of repackaged sun worship. Not at all. Christianity did not borrow only from sun worship. The ritual of Christian canonization is taken from the ancient god-making rite of Euhemerus. The practice of God-eating, that is, Holy Communion, was borrowed from the Aztecs. Even the concept of Christ dying for our sins is arguably not exclusively Christian. The self-sacrifice of a young man to absolve the sins of his people appears in the earliest tradition of the Quetzalcoatl. The girl glared. So, is anything in Christianity original? Very little in any organized faith is truly original. Religions are not born from scratch. They grow from one another. Modern religion is a collage. An assimilated historical record of man's quest to understand the divine. Hold on, Hitzrot ventured, sounding awake now. I know something Christian that's original. How about our image of God? Christian art never portrays God as the hawk sun god, or as an Aztec, or as anything weird. It always shows God as an old man with a white beard. So our image of God is original, right? Langdon smiled. When the early Christian converts abandoned their former deities, pagan gods, Roman gods, Greek, sun, Mithraic, whatever, they asked the church what their new Christian god looked like. Wisely, the church chose the most feared, powerful, and familiar face in all of recorded history. Hitzrot looked skeptical. An old man with a white, flowing beard? Langdon pointed to a hierarchy of ancient gods on the wall. At the top sat an old man with a white, flowing beard. Does Zeus look familiar? The class ended right on cue. Good evening, a man's voice said. Langdon jumped. He was back in the Pantheon. He turned to face an elderly man in a blue cape with a red cross on the chest. The man gave him a great-toothed smile. You're English, right? The man's accent was thick Tuscan. Langdon blinked, confused. Actually, no. I'm American. The man looked embarrassed. Oh heavens, forgive me. You were so nicely dressed, I just figured. My apologies. Can I help you? Langdon asked, his heart beating wildly. Actually, I thought perhaps I could help you. I am the Cicerone here. The man pointed proudly to his city-issued badge. It is my job to make your visit to Rome more interesting. More interesting? Langdon was certain this particular visit to Rome was plenty interesting. You look like a man of distinction, the guide fawned, no doubt more interested in culture than most. Perhaps I can give you some history on this fascinating building. Langdon smiled politely. Kind of you, but I'm actually an art historian myself, and... Superb. The man's eyes lit up like he'd hit the jackpot. Then you will no doubt find this delightful. I think I'd prefer to. The Pantheon, the man declared, launching into his memorized spiel, was built by Marcus Agrippa in 27 BC.